Is this a trade you would have taken if you weren't in this competition?
No.
Yeah, good start. Good start. Yeah, no. Welcome to Trade Delicious's Bulls vs Bears, where the investing market meets gladiatorial combat in a battle for all bragging rights. Our contestants will be armed with a hefty $100,000 starting capital, leverage 1 to 10, and be given a single electrifying hour to outtrade each other. Their weapon? Real-time market data. Their battlefield? Designated assets via the hosts. But be careful, traders. A maximum drawdown of $5,000 stands as a pitfall you cannot afford to tumble into. And remember, this is a game of wit and skill, of strategy and performance. There will be no copy trading and no EAs allowed. You must stand your own ground. And to our viewers, you are the arena crowd, watching every strategy unfold live, every decision that has consequences, and every moment bringing these traders closer to victory or defeat. This is not just a trading game. This is Bulls vs Bears. This is the thrill of the financial arena right here on Trade Delicious. Let the games begin. Welcome back to Bulls vs Bears, episode 5. Vincent, Rich going head to head. I'm excited. This is it's been a wild day in the markets. You guys have got a bit of volatility to go through. I've just told them one of them looks nervous. I'm going to let the audience decide which one looks the most nervous right now. I'm not going to tell them, right? I'm not going to give it up. But Alex, how are you feeling? You pumped for this?
I'm really, really excited. We've got two Fivers moderators going head to head. Dun, dun, dun. Very exciting.
I'm keen for it. Look, guys, we're going to dive into who you are. We're going to ask you a couple questions, and we're going to be extremely distracting over the next hour of your trading. But you know the rules, $100,000, most profit wins. Your time starts now. You may now execute positions as you will. In the meantime, Rich, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so moderator for the Fivers and been trading for 5 years. Only trade GU and EU, lower time frames. So hopefully this will kind of work to my strength today.
Definitely. They've had a nice push up on the open. Well, even pre-open as well. I was sitting at my computer this morning just looking at it, jumping up. I was like, oof, good place to get into a position.
If you guys see me looking round, it's because my camera wire is so short it goes straight across my screen, so I'm having to look round it to see the candles.
It's a trend line, just straight around.
It's a very wavy one.
And Vincent, what about yourself?
What would I even say?
Yeah, it's well, like, who are you?
I'm Vincent, and a moderator in the Fibers group, and also a support agent with the Fibers. And I've been trading for the past 5 years. I think I started somewhere around 2016. Still trading till now. I use the higher time frames. I'm not very good at the lower time frames, but we'll try and see how far this goes.
Okay, so we've got this playing to someone's strengths and then playing against the strengths for you, Vincent.
Yeah, sure.
That'll be interesting to see. I know Ruben as well. He's a higher time frame trader, and then when he was doing Bulls versus Bears, he was trying to, putting that into practice on lower time frames. So it'll be interesting to see how you get on.
Sure.
To see how you get on with this challenge, especially when it's two people head to head. It's
yeah. But I'm keen for it. Vincent, run us through. You've got a couple of areas drawn up here. Yeah. Very, very clean chart, must say. Run us through. What are you looking for here?
Mostly, I start from the weekly chart. Try to understand the trend. Then I move down to the daily, the 4-hour, then to the 1-hour chart. Yeah. Currently, we have a downtrend on the weekly here. So I would be looking for only sells here. So that is that I'm looking for pullbacks and then entry, looking at other blocks and liquidity levels and order flows. So once the order flow, I see an order flow, I wait for price to pull back into it, then I take the trade.
Fair enough. Simple methodology.
Yep, definitely.
I like it. Tell you what, I'm a big fan of the way that Aussie dollar's been moving the last few days. I've been holding a short position in that for way too long, way longer than what I've wanted. And we've seen today the first upticks in unemployment have arrived. It's not something to celebrate, but it's something my analysis has been screaming out for like 8 months. That this is the start of where we're coming out. We're coming, yeah, it's not great, but we're coming out of that area where those interest rates are going to be a little bit higher. So it's nice to finally see the Aussie dollar doing something, you know?
Yeah.
That's a fundamental play from me, though, that long term.
Yeah, you still think we're going to be more risk on to the later part of this year in general?
Yeah. I think as we move later this year, is the rest of the markets are going to wake up. I think that's when you get your indices. And now your indices have been performing quite well, but when I say wake up, I mean volatility is going to hit. I was actually chatting to a big crypto trader this morning, Alex, who has been complaining about the fact that Bitcoin's been constantly stuck between 29 and 30K for. I think as we move closer towards the end of the year. It's which is a good thing, right? I mean, it's showing stability. That's kind of what you want.
Yeah, look, volatility is fantastic, but I'm in all spot positions, you know, so preferably long-term spot positions. I'd prefer it to be steady up on the income.
I'll have to.
We'll see what happens.
I'll have to get you in touch with this guy. He's been trading crypto professionally for the last 5 years, and he represents some big guys too. And a lot of the I'm not a crypto guy.
His capital or somebody else's capital?
Both. Both. Manages a lot of capital and trades his own. But even little things that he's been looking into is just ideas I wouldn't have even thought of. You know, when you see volume coming in and out of an exchange, what that actually means. You know, if you've got a lot of volume coming into an exchange, that means people are taking it off of their private wallets, which leads them to probably selling, right? And it gives them so the little things like that I've never even thought about looking into in the crypto world that he brings insights to, which is very interesting. Has anyone pulled the trigger on a position yet?
No,
we've got movement. Rich has pulled the trigger on the pound.
Yeah.
Now, explain this.
That's a trade that I would probably be in. Well, 100% would be in.
Run me through this, Rich. Is this, just before we get you to explain this analysis, is this a trade you would have taken if you weren't in this competition?
No.
Good start. It's important to note, right? This is a competition. We are forcing positions. You do only have 60 minutes of trading, so we're going to be trading a little bit out of our comfort zone. But run me through what you've seen here.
So initially, I've just put in a small order just to keep my attention on the charts. I find that I'm a lot more switched on when I'm watching, when I know that I'm in something, when I'm committed to something. So I've got a bullish bias on GU at the moment. So what I'm looking for is the market to break higher. When it breaks higher, I'll commit to it. So at the moment, it's like I'm going to dip my toe in. If it goes lower, I'll manage my risk and I'll wait for the market to show me the direction it wants to move in. But at the moment, I think it's going to be bullish. I'm anticipating and projecting a move to the upside, and I'm just early positioning myself to that. If I get the move, then I'll commit to it. And that'll be a typical analysis.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. You're dipping your toes in the water before you really send it.
Yeah.
What's the normal way that you would trade then, Rich? What if you had to explain it to somebody that does not understand trading at all? How do you trade in the most simplest way?
So what I'm trying to do is find where there's a change in control of buyers and sellers, and I'm just trying to follow the latest pressure in the market. So if I think that we're going down, I'm looking to just sell the market. So this, for example, we can see we're breaking 1 minute structure. We're starting to move to the downside. If this breaks lower than here, I know that we've got selling pressure and the market looks like it wants to go down in the shorter time frame. But if it starts breaking up, I'm just trying to follow it to the upside. In its very simple term, that's all I'm trying to do. Just follow price.
Just follow price. So
Yeah.
okay. So like a little bit like trend trading, a little bit.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
we'll keep it like super simple, but supply and demand will be the closest
Thank you
thing.
very much, Jordan.
So I got you.
Nice, good stuff.
I love how much you simplify things, Rich. And I noticed this when we spoke back in the Traders Day live event as well. It wasn't you didn't need to overcomplicate things. It was now there's levels to what you're doing, and especially behind the scenes there is, and I know you're very data analytical, right? Which I think is a strength. There are levels, but when it comes to the surface, it's so simple the way that you explain it, and so simple the way you look at these things. I like it.
He's putting more on.
He's thinking about it. He's got a position size calculator there. Is that what I'm seeing?
Just risk there. I'm just having a look, just seeing what it would look like.
Yeah, just having a look at putting 10 lots on. Just having a cheeky look.
No, yeah, the real money will come in a bit.
Yeah, good stuff. I can see it continuing to break that high, to be honest.
I think we'll go down before we go up. A shame we haven't got drawing tools here, because I'll be able to kind of project what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's one thing that I think TradingView is really good for, is just everything for TA and charts, and obviously that's what it's for, but it's a shame that there's not really any integration into TradingView, so you can trade on it as well. I know some people like that, some people don't, but
I was chatting to an institutional guy a few weeks back about TradingView, and he's built a platform, right? Which is, I wouldn't say it's a direct competitor of TradingView, but it's very similar. And he got very angry that the market likes TradingView. He wasn't happy that TradingView was, because he said,
it's a great platform.
and I quote, I'm going to quote as close as I possibly can without using explicit language, okay? But essentially, he said, why the traders want to draw smiley faces on charts? It means nothing, right? Now, they're not the words he used. I really made that child friendly there. But he went in. Are we
talking about Paul Scott?
No. But
that's something he would say.
It seems to be a trend here, right?
Yeah.
But no, this guy, he went through and he goes, yeah, okay, general technical analysis. If you're a fan of technical analysis, it's very simple stuff. He goes, TradingView might make it look a little bit prettier and put a smiling face on it, but what does it actually do? Now, personally, I enjoy using TradingView, right? But when you think down to why I enjoy using TradingView, it's the ease and the fact that it looks good. Realistically, I can achieve the same analysis on MT5 or on another platform. And he wasn't wrong in what he was saying. But that's what TradingView have done so well. They've built a platform that's so easy, every market, and they've marketed it in the best way, because when your chart looks good, you want to share that chart. And when you share that chart, people get on it and be like, oh, what's this? And that's where their business plan's been so good and one to admire with TradingView.
I've seen some courses people have done that are totally done not on slideshows or anything like that, or Google Slides or presentation platforms. They've done it totally on TradingView, and it looks good. You've got everything on there, blank screen, nothing on there, and you can just draw on it like you're like anything, like
on a whiteboard or something. Yeah.
So it's a fantastic platform, to be fair. I really do like TradingView. The only thing is, their backtesting thing is not very good. The replay, that's pretty pants, to be honest.
Yeah. And then you're also getting your data from whoever they're signing partnerships with, and the partnerships that they're signing are obviously the people after retail traders. So the data can be, unless you're paying for the real data, can be conscrewed a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think about that actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the paid, that's only obviously you get real
Futures,
data.
equities, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. When you're going through CFDs, but like, for example, if you're on TradingView and you type in euro US dollar, you're going to get 7 different brokers and all of their pricing of that euro US dollar. And which is good because you can quickly analyze, you know, where the medium is and if there's an outlier. But it is also, where do you trust? What do you trust? What source do you go to?
Yeah, it's the thing. It's one of the questions that we get so much is like, if we can find the Fiverr's broker on TradingView, and we use a commercial like liquidity provider, so you're not going to find TradingViews for retail traders. You know, no institutional traders are looking at TradingView to do analysis. They've got Bloomberg terminals and all kinds of different tools and proprietary trading tools to do all of their data analytics and stuff like that. So TradingViews to get the retail traders, but it's a good tool. It's a great tool, especially for very cost effective as well.
All right, you have been awfully quiet down there in the corner, Vincent. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some trades here. Expecting USD CAD to drop, but I'm first expecting price to move to this level before we see that drop. I see a possible reversal happening around this point.
Okay.
Let me just a minute. Okay, I think on the 1 minute, on 1 hour chart, it's giving me that signal there. Seeing a possible reversal at that point. So just trying to, once price pushes in, push up to this level, trying to sell around this area here. So that is what I'm looking at. Currently holding my trade on CAD JPY is not going well. I would have to exit that one. Let me see. CAD JPY. Okay. All right. But so, this trade, what? Sorry. Are you scared?
Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
No, don't be.
No, I just noticed
this
some
particular
kind of plugin
move
or
here.
something. So
you want to say something?
You opened a chart and it's opened a 5-minute, 4-hour daily and weekly of only that chart.
This particular one you see here?
Yeah, like you swapped from US dollar CAD to CAD JPY and it opened 4 charts of CAD JPY down the bottom there. What is that? Oh, you've used a profile. Sorry. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Ignore me, Vincent. I'm just trying to distract you.
The magic plugin.
All right. So
profiles is great. And MetaQuotes is fantastic as well, to be fair, I gotta say.
So we'll be looking for a buy here. Another buy. Let me see. Just a minute. Let me confirm that first. Okay. We are still going long. Buy. Okay. On the weekly, I see a strong buy pressure on the weekly for this particular pair. So I move down to the lower time frame, the 1 minute, then expecting price to play tricks before pushing to the top. But I am bullish on CAD JPY. It could drop lower into this territory, but we will start buying right from that area. If it drops lower, we buy from this side too. It may not come down. It may go up from here. So we'll just watch and see. If it goes lower, we buy here too. we just split the positions into smaller sizes.
Okay.
What is the risk on this then, Vincent? Are you like, have you got like a fixed point where you're okay? I can see that. Okay, fair enough. And
Yeah.
are you like
Quiet,
man?
Alex,
Are
he's
you
doing-
doing? Yeah, are you calculating risk for this, or are you just going?
No, this is a 100K account. I mean, yeah, one lot. I normally I like scaling in, so I fix it at one lot, then stick to that. I don't normally measure it, but I pick a lot size that is reasonable for the account, that will not blow the account. But I don't normally measure it specifically. I just pick a specific lot size and then use that.
Interesting. And I know both of you will absolutely adore the opportunity to not be spoken to and concentrate on doing this. But Rich, I am firing right back your way because I've been keeping a close eye.
Yeah,
if you guys do complaints, I'd like to raise a complaint right now.
I understand that.
I mean,
but
come on, what's
the
this all
arrows
about?
you drew up before?
Yeah, sure.
What you drew up has been pretty almost. I don't
How many
want to say
minutes do we
anything
have?
send it the wrong way, right? But
How
you've
many
still got
minutes do we
another
have?
40 minutes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You've got 40 minutes. You got 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah. So I can start to do a bit of an analysis on this. So, well, I'm anticipating price to move to this level and push up. So we can see that the order here didn't get filled. Unfortunately, I was looking for the same on Euro USD, and again, my order didn't get filled on this. So this is kind of just a partial position just to keep an eye on the chart. But what I'm looking for on GU is I'm looking for the market to push higher. And if it pushes higher, I'll commit to this trade. So it'd be nice to get this order filled down here. I can just minimize that. There's only a one lot. So just looking at this, if this would have gone in, pushed higher, I would have really committed to this and pulled my stops up. And same with Euro USD. I was looking for this same kind of move. I was looking for the market to come lower into this. We can call this a demand zone here. But I could see the market pushing sort of into this, coming back to here, and then sort of kind of creating a move like this. That's what I would be looking for on Euro USD to try and position myself to the long side. So I was trying to get a early entry. I'm going to load up my volume in this area if we can see this kind of projection. So I was just trying to get early orders in the market, anticipating the market would move in this direction. Much the same with GU as well. I was looking for the market to come into this area, push higher, break higher, and then we'll be looking for same kind of thing, a pull back, a push higher, and I'll be really committing into this kind of area, managing my risk on this low. And if it wants to just sit there and range, then we'll see what the last 5 minutes does. I'll have to commit to something.
That means, in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to load up and see what happens. That's what you're saying there. I like it.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
Solid method. The way that you're layering it out, what you're going to do at this type, where you're going to add into the more orders, and it's good. Vincent,
my light just went out. It's raining here. It's raining. Can you hear me?
I don't think it's really been some training anymore, is it? Let's be honest. He's brought his friend on.
Bulls versus Bears for the last 2 episodes.
I've lost it.
The last 2 episodes, I don't know what is being going on.
Come on, stop laughing. This is Africa for you. Actually, it's raining. It's raining over here. And can you hear me? Hello?
So we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Jordan, stop laughing.
I'm so
it's just
it came.
Ah, nice.
No, come on,
Oh.
shame on you, shame on you.
No, it was just
No,
last
it's
week.
actually
Last
raining.
week we had
Can
Bulls
you hear
versus
me?
Bears. Yes.
You can hear me.
Vincent? Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
you now.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's raining over here. So anytime it's
understand.
raining, the light goes off. Yeah, that is why. But why were you laughing?
Because
Let
last week
him explain. Let him
last
explain.
week we had the exact same situation where both traders just disappeared. And it was
Just
the
left.
funniest thing ever. Because we didn't know what to do, and the exact same thing just happened. It was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that tickled me.
We're still continuing. The show still
Yeah,
continues.
no, you're still trading. It's just part of the show.
Yeah.
It's Bulls vs Bears.
Yeah.
The trading
Yeah,
time
sure.
carries on. Yeah, no, we've
Sure.
had a good run so far with Bulls and Bears. It's been funny for Alex and I. I know this is to be entertaining for everyone at home, but gee, have we had good fun having these stories and the things we've done as well.
Hilarious. Last week was hilarious.
It
was
was
just
good fun.
all these random things that just happen. You know, somebody just gets up and just like goes and makes a coffee, or you know,
I'll be back in a
your lights go out, and then the other guy, I don't know what happened to his internet.
He never came back.
One of them
didn't come back, did he?
No, he didn't come back.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he vanished and didn't come back. But
yeah, that's good.
But Vincent,
That
you
really
must have a
good.
generator then, because of what your computer and everything. Still, is it only the lights that go off, or
the light? Yeah, but it came shortly.
The computer carries on, so you must have a generator. Or
No. I'm using a laptop.
Yeah,
I'm using a laptop, so it was running on battery while the light went off.
Right. Lucky.
If the
we
trade
would have just lost you.
If the trade breaks, yeah. If the trade goes below this level, I would get out. Are you watching my screen?
Yeah.
If it breaks lower, I would get out. So if it breaks lower from this level, it will not work for me. So I would just have to close the trade. But I'm expecting it to pull up from this side. If that does not happen, then I am wrong. I accept that and I just close the trade.
I like it. I like the firm risk management to get out. So run me through this one then, Vincent. If you're going to get out underneath that level, why is your stop loss so far from it?
Yeah. No, it's just I just put it there. But once it's break it, that is how I trade. I just give it that gap. Maybe it might spike in and take me out. So I just have to give it that gap. If it breaks and closes below that limit, I'm out.
Right,
so it's because of
you're waiting
just
for
to avoid any surprise spike below it. Yeah. If it breaks and it doesn't close there, I will hold the trade. But if it breaks and closes below that level, I should be out of that trade. So we expect price to push up from this level. If that does not happen, we are out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at pound as well. It's quite choppy, actually.
I know someone that's watching the pound quite closely.
Doesn't want to fill my order.
Let me explain something on this trade. When you look at the weekly, when we look at the weekly here, we see the pressure to the top from here. So on the daily, we have pressure to the top. Now, price breaks above. No, there was a previous high that we have here. Then we have this level from here to here. I measure from here to here. I take 50% of the move. Then I have price remaining above the 50% of the move. So per my analysis and the back testing, once price remains above 50% of the move, there is a higher probability it will continue to the top. We could have a pullback to retest the 50% and then go up, or we could go up without pulling back. So we are just taking our chances here, making sure we keep our loss very tight. So that is basically.
When you normally trade, Vincent, you're normally trading. What are the time frames that you normally trade from?
I'm looking at the 1 hour. I use the 15 minutes sometimes. Sometimes I look at the 15 minutes chart.
Now I'm intrigued because we're getting close to that area, so I wanna watch you as you execute on this, just to put the pressure on you, Vincent. Right?
I'm okay. So if price does not reverse to the top, we have to close the trade.
It's very relaxed. It's quite a relaxing session, to be honest. Me and you, Jordan, we're quite relaxed actually. It's quite interesting just seeing both Vincent and Rich trade.
What do you need to happen? I can make this exciting. Tell me what you need, Alex.
30 lots long pound right now.
30 lots long pound right now. Okay, I'm gonna do.
I'm a little worried. He's
30. Okay,
you mean short, right?
Short. Sorry, I thought Alex wanted long.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to go short?
I'm totally not getting back
the Bulls versus Bears. The special signal.
Yeah, this is Bulls versus Bears. If someone's long, the other's gonna go short.
That's it.
Vincent, are you long or short?
On what?
Am
I long or short?
Yeah.
I'm long card JPY. You want to short it?
No, I'm just curious what volume.
I think I have entered. Let me see. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 lots. I have 4 lots running. Then 0.05. 4.05 lots.
Rich, by the way, just so you know for future, if you right click on Market Watch and then click Show All, it'll show you all the assets you have available.
The lot size. Oh, okay.
Sorry, 4 point. What was that lot? Sorry, I think my connection broke a little bit.
4.05. It is. I split it. I split it. It's not a single trade.
Okay. Are you long
Can you hear
or short? Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Are you long or short?
I said I'm long.
Right. Okay.
I'm long.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Good luck with that.
This is hilarious.
True Bulls versus Bears, right?
Have you pulled the trigger? Yeah.
Trouble is, I don't think it was 4.05. I think it was smaller, so I might be massively offside here.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh,
I saw that. No, that was. Yeah, I'm actually worried there, Alex. Did I?
Oh yeah, I was just like, another one.
This is a very. I'll tell you what's interesting though. I think everyone's very relaxed in here right now, Alex. Not just you and I. So we're used to being in this position, but Rich and Vincent are very relaxed. They're being very while executing these positions and going a little bit out of what they usually do. They're very, very relaxed right now, and I think that's why we're feeling very calm. Now we have crossed over the halfway mark, and we're starting to get more towards getting involved in the knuckle. Vincent's hiding his P&L, so we got no idea what he's doing, but we're still break even for Rich. We haven't seen much, right? We've got a lot of positions executed, but in terms of equity movement, there's not much there.
Yeah, it's quite interesting though. Some other traders, when they get it straight into the trading, they're opening big volumes straight off the bat. So they're opening big volume straight off the bat, and obviously everybody gets a little bit more it's a bit more intense. So
that was like Ruben, right? When Ruben was
waiting for confirmation before.
there's a little bit of I think there's a little bit of latency with your audio, Vincent. Pound looks good. Let's have a look at Rich's chart, Jordan.
What are you thinking?
Looking
Your
for
concentration
this on the euro. It's either going to break up, come back, retest, create a higher low, then sell off, or I think it'll go lower, start to create bullish structure and break to the high side. So I'm looking. I just got an alert set there, just waiting. Sorry.
Here's a question for you. You draw very elaborate. I don't want to say expectations.
Projection.
Right? Expectation. Yeah, projections. Let's go projections. Do you ever find sometimes you hold on to these a little bit longer than what you should? With someone obviously drawing extended projections, multiple movements, do you find that you tend to hold that bias a little bit longer than what you should?
No, never. I'm looking for a very specific move in the market, and when I see the move, I position myself and I put my stop where it tells me I'm wrong. I don't ever, like, I'm projecting a move. This kind of chucking the one lots on is just for amusement. It's not.
No.
I'd just be sitting on my hands right now. So yeah, I don't. In the past, absolutely, that was a huge part of my learning curve. Was hanging on to losses for way too long. But now I just need to manage my risk, get in with the leverage, and get out when I'm wrong.
Well said.
Yeah. I remember. I understand where you're coming from, though, Jordan, because a lot of that, when you're projecting, it's a bit like again that tunnel vision. Like I've got that. I'm fixated on that, and if I see something else, my mind isn't looking at that other thing. It's only fixating on what I have projected. But it's quite interesting.
I think a bias like that, a lot of people get stuck in. They really hold on to some of these biases that they can create, which sometimes can be good, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not. And being able to learn to break your original bias and accept that you might be wrong can be real helpful.
Yeah, I could tell now if I was in a position on pound dollar, I'd be having the strong bias, obviously, to the upside. And
run me through it. Obviously, to the upside. Why?
Just because that's the pattern, or that's the way that I trade, and I'm so used to seeing that. So me, I would have had that tunnel vision. Everything that you've just said. Unfortunately, I would probably have that tunnel vision that that's going to break the high, when at the moment it might not be right. But that's what you say is totally right. When you're fixated on a bias and you see, okay, I've seen this play out so many different times and I've traded it so many different times, you're kind of fixated on that without thinking, okay, maybe it's stuck in this certain area, there's a lot of indecision. Maybe it's not going to do it this time, It's keeping that neutral kind of ground, whereas definitely I have that issue sometimes as well when I fixate and get tunnel vision into something because I've seen it happen so much. It's a very difficult skill, that is, to stay neutral. It's a very important skill for trading as well.
Yeah, I really struggle with my long-term outlooks, right? And my long-term positions to drop my bias when it's time to get out of those positions. I do struggle with it. So when I'm day trading, I'm a little bit more reactive. It's a little bit easier for me to be like, nope, change. This is happening now. But when I'm holding on longer and it's got more of a fundamental outlook, I'm a bit like, no, I'm right here, right? I'm right. And you can get stuck in a hole.
Yeah, that exact thing was one of the reasons why I probably lost one of my biggest losses in crypto was because of that. You know, I was like, oh, it's way too extended. It's got to come down. I'm shorting. It's just going against me. I'm like, it's got to come down. And I just got liquidated. You know?
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. But the thing is sometimes when you've made a good amount of money and you lose it, sometimes you don't really it doesn't really feel like a real big loss, because it's like, how do I put it like this? It's like when
you're playing with house money.
Yeah, you're playing with the house money. You haven't really taken that money, you haven't put it in your pocket. It's not real in, you know. So
Yeah,
it wasn't that much of a hard loss. It was just like, oh damn. Don't know. It's a weird
I think
feeling.
that's tough, because it's something beginners need to stop realizing or stop thinking about, because you find it when they get overconfident, when they've had a good win streak, they're willing to risk a little bit more because they're playing with house money. You know, you just made $100, you get into your next trade, oh, risk $100. Oh, it's a risk-free trade. And all of a sudden you're careless in how you're trading that trade because you're playing with house money. And so many people get caught in that. And yeah, it's a tough one to break. It's a tough one to figure out on the best way to break it. I've found in my time, I was doing consistent withdrawals from the account. Even if I still wanted to compound that account, I'd put it into a different account and then move it back in at the end of the week. And that would be my compound. But when I'm getting it out in every trade or every day, I had a set amount of that balance. I was like, okay, happy days. Now, obviously, in different circumstances, that's easy to do on a retail account. If you've got investors or you're trading on a prop firm account, obviously that's not as easy. So you're gonna have to find a way to reset your mind a little bit into thinking there's no house money here.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest issues with people trading for prop firms. That's one of the biggest issues. They don't feel like the money is actually real until they actually withdraw it. And people tend to over risk and over leverage because of that reason as well.
Let's dip in. We have so much.
Come on.
So much volume in the market right now between these two traders, and yet we are sitting at break even for the both of them, or within $100. Now you've pulled the trigger. Now. Oh, okay. This is Well, what I'm seeing here from Vincent is it didn't get lower, Vincent, and you have piled in, as you said, and you've piled in heavy.
Yeah. We are expecting price to push up. So let's see what happens. You see, when we look at these candles, I see some imbalances here. So once price fails to break lower, we expect these imbalances to be filled. We could get price possibly getting to this area again and then breaking that level. When we watch this, we have liquidity pulls over here. Price possibly pulling in to that level and then taking those stops out. So that is what I am looking at. Price pushing up, fill these imbalances from here, and then break to the upside. That is what I'm looking at.
Okay. I see. Well, I wish you luck. You got what? 16 lots, $1.6 million position. Maybe actually there's more. There's more than that. You're going close to a $2 million position there in CAD Japanese yen. I'm hearing a lot of groans coming your way, Rich. What's going on?
Just like, okay, so Vincent's put on size and I feel a little bit pressured and I'm trying not to pull the trigger too early. I'm timing it to the candle close. GU pushed up, gave me a terrible entry. I hesitated. I didn't pull the trigger. I'm going to wait for a pullback. I got my sizing on EU, so I'm anticipating this to now follow this projection and break a little higher.
It's so frustrating when your analysis is so right, but you just don't execute it. And that's the beauty in people being analysts or being traders. That's the difference, right? Is execution is a whole new ball game on top of analysis. You've got to be able to do both. And I understand your frustration there, because look at the chart. I mean, you've drawn it very, very nicely, and you haven't made much money from it.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest. It's the CJ position that's throwing me. I shouldn't be in it. I shouldn't be in that. I got in on a.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, you're in profits on it, mate. You could cash it.
Yeah, but I need to. Vincent, what size are you loaded on CJ? Just curious.
Is that what size?
Yeah, how many lots did
I
you put on?
scaled in. This is a competition, right?
Oh,
I wouldn't.
okay. I thought we're friends, buddy, mate. That's harsh.
I wouldn't. When if it is not a competition, can you hear me? If it's my normal account that I'm trading, I would be patient for price to pull lower if it were my normal account, right?
Yeah.
But because it is a competition, that is why I didn't hold longer, because we have barely some few minutes for the whole thing to end.
Yeah.
And I see an opportunity and I just have to take it. Yeah. We have less than 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That is why I took when you look at close,
about 20 lots,
I see the possibility
22.
of price playing out as I analyzed. So I just have to scale in. I think I entered 15 more lots. I added 15 lots to the original position that I took earlier.
Yeah. So you have.
I respect it. I mean, he's sticking by the analysis, and he's running to win this competition. I've got to respect it. He knows he's in a game. The both of you do. You know you're in a competition here. You want to proceed to the next round. Let's see.
Let's have a look at the charts, Jordan. I'm intrigued to see what's going on now.
Who would you like to see?
I would like to. I want to see both, really, but we'll start off with Rich. I want to see what Rich is thinking about.
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm looking for EU to break higher. I've committed to that now, and I'm looking for GU to break higher. I've also committed to that.
Can you just scroll down on your trade tab there, just so we can see the margin and your positions?
Still got quite a bit.
It's still so close to break even.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with how I'm positioned in this. I kind of left myself enough wriggle room with the lot size, so I kind of went in with 15.
We've got about 14 minutes left.
14 minutes left. Okay.
I can see it. I can see it still pushing up quite a bit further. Now it's. I can see it. I think you're in good positions, to be fair, Rich. Now you can probably just sit on your hands and not really do much and just see. But
yeah, if it pushes, I'll double down on it. But only if it pushes. I want to bail on this CJ trade, if I'm honest. That's what's kind of rocking my psychology.
You could have. Wait, hold on a second. You were literally just in profit. You could close it right now.
Yeah, and I clicked on
pretty
this,
much
and I
break
clicked on
even,
this, and it just. Yeah, but it's if I shut here, I'm kind of forecasting. You know, it's not a good time to shut here. I want sort of $20-$30 profit on it to kind of play with the position.
Interesting. Let's see what happens then.
Yeah.
So you're looking to get a $30 profit from the CJ.
Yeah.
But what would be the max you would look to lose on it?
I'll just leave it open. I'm looking to
that's a risky.
If I can get $30 profit, I'm making it long. $21.
That's a risky business. Okay, interesting. Let's see what happens.
$400,000 position to make $30.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like fair enough. Like if that's you've got a lot of I think your perfectly positioned for the push up on
If
on the
the push
pound
up
and the
comes, I
euro.
mean, on my analysis here on the pound, it's sitting in a pretty tough area for it to just kind of go upwards.
We'll
Let's
see.
have a look.
Let's have a look.
You see something in this price action to the left?
What time frame? Yeah. I'm looking over the past 2 days of trading. I mean, you're approaching the
stuck in the
Tuesday
range.
high, right?
Yeah.
You're approaching the Tuesday's high, and yesterday you're in the dead center of the range from yesterday's pretty much London session all the way through to the US session, where we saw a lot of trading happen after a big move. So a lot of people are interested in this price. Usually that area tends to be an area you gravitate around. We've hit that exact pricing mark twice here on GU and rejected it twice. And there's just so much noise over the past 2 days on the left there that for me, if it were me, I can't see this just cutting and running, for example. It might. I've been wrong plenty of times before. I'm willing to be wrong again. But just it might go up. I'm not saying it won't go bullish. I'm just saying I can't see it cutting and running.
So I'm looking at the opposite. I would say that it was going to take up the highs of the 27664 level.
27664.
Well, yesterday's high.
That was Wednesday's high.
Yeah, I'm buying right into a strong rejection area. This definitely could push another way. But
that's the thing. Forex is very, very rangy. So once it gets stuck in those two between two levels, never know when it's gonna eventually break up into the next levels, and that's what's annoying in Forex. Unless that's the way you trade. Yeah.
All right, here we're getting the knuckle time. We're in the final 10 minutes. Rich is getting a little nervous. The positions are moving against him here. Oh, I keep removing the wrong thing. And Vincent's up. Vincent's making money. Oh no, the pressure is on now. The pressure is really being felt.
Where we're at.
So we are likely to see price reach this level. Once it gets there, I'm out. I'll close everything. It could break higher, but once it is when it gets here, it could pull back again. And because of the time, because of the competition and it is time, I just have to close it and pocket what I've made.
Nice. Interesting.
Very clean.
Yeah. Such a clean chart.
I like a clean chart.
Yeah. Something about a clean chart just makes it just easier to trade, I think.
Always something about a clean chart.
Well,
all right, so he's looking at a bit. Oh,
my lights went off again. You know, I have to close all my trades now, please. I have to close all my trades before it's too late.
Or it's too late.
Don't worry, I can still trade in the dark. Don't worry.
It's good. I'm glad. Rich, how are you feeling?
Yeah, all right.
Richard, there's a little bit of hesitation in your voice then.
15. I'm just kind of looking what to commit to here. Right. So I'm happy with that. We're committed now. We're using.
I mean, your margins you used up. You're full margined.
I forgot we've only got 5% drawdown.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if we can.
So is this a full commit on the pound long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So EU is. Yeah, I'm not. I don't see anywhere that EU push from.
All right. Well, we've got 7.5 minutes left. So you've got 7 minutes to print 7 candles that you are hoping are bullish.
Okay.
Not you,
Let's
Vincent. Well, kind of do, right? But you want different chart.
Yeah.
No, I'm also hoping for bullish here.
Yeah.
I don't like what is happening. I have to just.
Gosh, Vincent, I gotta say, you make this channel. We've got to have you on more jokes. So funny.
Come on.
And it's 41.
Tell you what.
Look at the fluctuations in the P&L.
Oh, yeah, that's pulled right. I tell you what. If you get a couple of other pushes up like that, we could be. This could be the last minute takeover. Oh, 100%. Look at.
No, it's where's he minus 196. Yeah, Vincent. I think Vincent's doing pretty well.
We'll see in a minute if we get that push up on pound right now, then I think you may take it.
Yeah, we've pushed down and found the volume where I was hoping for. I was actually hoping we will take this high. What we've done is come sort of equal this. We've pulled back to where I thought we would pull back, but I wouldn't commit to this without kind of this breaking this high. So price has moved in a way I was anticipating, and I'm trying to frame that in timing the move to the upside. So I don't really get involved in this. I'm waiting for the market to show its direction, and it didn't do that. You would have
waited till it broke the top of that higher high, then retraced back in, and then the continuation.
Yeah. So buyers are trying to go higher here. What I want the sellers to know they're wrong. And when the sellers know they're wrong, they're going to flood out their trades. When they chuck out their trades, they're adding buying pressure into the market for me. I know we said we'll kind of keep it simple, so I won't go into it too much, but I'm looking for that kind of perfect storm where buyers say, this looks a fantastic buy, and sellers say, this looks a terrible sell. Let me cut, let me run. And I'm kind of looking for that injection of push-pull, but both in the same direction. And I'm not seeing that just yet. So I might get lucky with this, but I'm not seeing it just yet. And Euro USD is just kind of doing whatever it wants to do.
Yeah, just chopping around.
You mentioned there you're keeping it simple. I really want to tell you, let's go elaborate, but we've got 4 minutes left. So I think I might have to grab and chat to you another time on Trade Delicious, and we go a little bit more elaborate, because I am interested in those deeper levels, and I think a lot of our audience is. However, 4 minutes left. Both of you, just so you understand, when we move into the last 10 seconds, I will do a countdown. It is your responsibility to right-click one of your positions and then click close all positions once that countdown has finished. Okay, it'll close all of your open positions, but that is your responsibility. You've still got 3 minutes and 50 seconds of trading, but just so you're aware.
All it takes is one push.
Okay.
One move makes
one move.
Yeah. Not seeing a close all. Whereabouts is that? Sorry. I've only got a
right click on your orders, and you have bulk operations. Click on bulk operations, and then it's close all position or close.
Lovely, thank you.
Yep.
Minus 144. Okay.
These can be quite close.
The thing is, you're holding so much volume that it's only a couple pip move that can completely change this whole arrangement. You know, Vincent's sitting pretty much at break even with the amount of volume that you're trading there, Rich. This is going to be a tight finish.
Hey, Richard, what is the volume?
So originally, mate, I've started with one lot.
Scared me.
So I used one lots originally, mate, and I've sort of built a little bit from there.
But
only incremental to the one lot. Not like 15 times the volume or anything like that for multiples.
If that moves in your direction, I'm off.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'll tell you what I'm using, mate. I think I'm using about 74 lots.
Whoa. This is not going well for me.
Oh, yeah.
$7.4
I might get my $30
million
profit. I'll be happy with that. Let's see if
I
we
have
get
to
my
get out.
$30 profit.
Vincent
Not good.
closing.
Yeah,
There we go.
I have to get out.
Oh, it has gone. Oh, okay. This has made it real close now.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I closed all my
love
trades.
this competition, huh? It went from such a
Interesting.
quiet first half an hour to I don't know where to look. And there's so many scenarios. If Richard closed in profit about 600, but he would have won right now, right? Whereas it adds a whole new element. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining.
It's interesting what Rich said about people that are looking to short or in short positions are still looking at this position as a possible short. And definitely that conversation that you're going to have with him will be very interesting for a lot of people. I can agree.
This is one pip. This is literally one pip. This is one pip finishes this between the pair of us. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at my balance. No way.
You're looking at yours. Yeah, you're looking at yours.
To be fair, 2 pips to the downside. I'm max loss anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, we have 40 seconds remaining. It's looking pretty dire.
Yeah. I don't see buyers coming into GU.
What Vincent's done, he's just watching. He's a spectator now. He's sit back, his feet are up. He's waiting to see. Let's have a look. Vincent, what did you finish on here? 99028. So about a 931 and 31 and $46 loss. Am I right in saying that? It's a pretty good estimate. Let's go. Rich, I'm going to need you to close your positions in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bulk operations, close all positions.
Yep.
It's just pushing up too.
I know. I needed 2 pips. It's no problem.
Oh, that's unlucky. That is unlucky. But that does mean, Vincent, you do win this competition today and you do proceed to the next round. How do you feel?
It's a little bit of latency.
It was tough. I was
tough.
Yeah, I yeah, really tough. It was like I don't normally trade like this. There was some kind of pressure on me, so I had to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, internet's gone.
Yes. Right. Well, Rich, how was that for you?
That was good. That was good fun. Thanks for having me on, guys. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I don't know where Vincent's gone, but Vincent, we'll see you in the next round next week here on Trade Delicious. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Jordan here. Just wanted to send you a personal little thank you for sticking around and watching us here at Trade Delicious. If you did enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Everything we do here is completely free. And of course, we have some other video suggestions here which you might love. We will see you in the next video.